Everyone, welcome back. In today's lecture, we are going to talk about colloids and suspension. They are type of heterogeneous mixtures. In the last lecture, I have talked about homogeneous mixture, that is solution. A quick recap: what is solution? Which is combination of two or more substance, and it show uniformity and it is evenly distributed. Now about colloids and suspension. We'll talk about few separation techniques also. So homogeneous mixture, they are of two type, colloids and suspension. Here I am taking those mixtures that involve water. Now solution, as you know, particle size in solution is less than 1 nanometer. In case of colloid, your particle size is 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. Whereas in suspension, particle size is greater than 1000 nanometer. That means you can see particles, and that is different phases of particles by naked eye. That means, let's say example, when you mix sand and water, so sand particles you can easily see suspended in water, whereas in colloid like milk in water you cannot see milk particles. Second property, stability. Solutions are also stable, colloids are also stable. That means particles are not much affected by gravity, they remain dispersed in water. Even left undisturbed for long time, particles, they will not settle down, and it is mainly because of Brownian motion. Now what is Brownian motion? When particles, they move randomly, they collide with each other, provide energy, and they remain suspended in water. Whereas in case of suspension, it is not stable. Particles are affected by gravity, and with course of time, particles, they will settle down to bottom of the mixture. That you can see in case of sand and water. When you keep that mixture for a long time, let's say 1 or 2 hours, you can see sand particles settling down. Third property of colloids, it show Tyndall effect. Similarly, suspensions, they also show Tyndall effect. What is Tyndall effect? Tyndall effect is scattering of light by the particles of the mixture. As I told you in the experiment of sugar solution and milk mixture, the laser light path you can see in colloid, which is milk solution. Same, suspension also show path of light, whereas solution, no. So colloids and suspension, they show scattering of light but not solution. So I have one picture here, so you can see this is your light, and solution, colloid and suspension. So light path you can observe in colloid and suspension, not in solution. One more common example, I will show you one more pic. So this is one of the pic, and now this is one of the pic. So this lines, the path that you are seeing, it is because of scattering of light by dust particle. This is also known as Tyndall effect. Now the next property, colloids you cannot separate out by using filter paper, though you can use other separation techniques but not filtration technique. For suspension, you can easily filter out by filter paper. Then there are 8 different kinds of colloidal systems. Now 8 different kinds of colloidal system means here we have like if you are taking milk and water, that is liquid system. If you take solid and liquid, then that is your different phase. And if you take gas and liquid, then gas and gas, solid and gas, these are different type of phases. The examples are given in book in table 2.1 page 18. Please go through it once. Example of suspension, sand in water, dust in air. Now let's talk about okay, here I have summarized difference between solution, colloidal system and suspension. Just go through this table. This is what we have done up to now. Okay, now we'll talk about some separation techniques. As you know, mixtures, they can be separated by physical processes. So these separation techniques we are going to study in this chapter. Evaporation, centrifugation, separating funnel, sublimation, magnetic separation, chromatography, distillation and fractional distillation. Let's start with evaporation. This technique you already know. It used, solution is heated, yes, and it is used to separate solid dissolve in liquid. Like sugar solution, if you heat that, then you're left with sugar. Salt solution, okay. Now solution is heated on water bath or sand bath. Now what is water bath and sand bath? Here you can see 2 pictures. The first one, you can see in a container you have sand, and here in the bottom you have burner. So this is your sand bath, and one that has to be evaporated. This mixture is in this beaker. Similarly, this is your water bath where you have water in the beaker and the sea water is in this china dish. And here you have Bunsen burner. So liquid, it evaporates leaving the solid behind, and this is the evaporation technique. One of the application is recovery of common salt from seawater. Now the second technique is centrifugation, and it is based on principle that when you rotate mixture very fast, then denser particles they will settle down and lighter particles they will come at top. So high speed rotation is used, and generally the application area of this centrifugation technique is to separate butter from cream, and in labs for blood and test urine. Here you can see three pictures. The first picture is of centrifugation technique, and here you have, this is the rotor where you can put your test tube containing, let's say, blood. So this is the picture that shows this is blood before centrifugation, and after centrifugation blood is separated into its different components: blood plasma, WBC, platelets, etc. Okay, so the next technique is your separating funnel. So this technique is used to separate immiscible liquid. Now what is meaning of immiscible? Immiscible means two liquids which cannot be mixed. Like when you mix oil and water, they are not mixable. So what you have here is a separating funnel like this. So here on the top what you have is oil, and at the bottom you have is water. You have to take this mixture in a separating funnel, keep it left undisturbed for a few hours, and then oil will be on the top and this water will be on at the bottom. Now this is your stopcock. You have to open it and let this water flow down, and you have to stop this cock when this denser oil comes, when this oil layer comes over here. Okay, now it is based on principle of different density of different liquids. Here oil has lesser density as compared to water, so it is floating. So and water has more density, so it is down. And the example to separate mixture of oil and water. The next technique is your sublimation. It is used to separate two solid mixture where one is having sublimation property. Now what is sublimation? This we have studied in chapter 1. Sublimation means change of state of a solid directly into gas. There is no intermediate state of liquid. So two mixtures, such as one is having this sublimation property, there we can use this sublimation process. Like example, mixture of ammonium chloride and common salt mixture. So ammonium chloride is your mixture which has this sublimation property. It directly changes to vapors, whereas common salt, it is not having this property. So this experiment shows you here sublimation. Here use your Bunsen burner. At the bottom you have china dish with ammonium chloride salt mixer. When you heat it, salt will remain here and the vapors they will get. You have to close this with cotton plug. The mixture of ammonium chloride, you can see at this side of this funnel. Okay, this much for this lecture today. Other separation technique that we will study on later on. Thank you.